اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما يا فتاح يا عليم افتح لنا فتحا قريبا آمين يا رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. In today's session, inshallah ta'ala, we'll be covering the sifa al-khafa. This is the sifa which doesn't have the opposite, and this is the sifa which is not included in sifatul lazima, which is presented by Imam Ibn al-Jazari. But because of its importance for knowing the letters that have this quality of khafa, some of the scholars consider it explaining and for the learners to know it. So the definition of khafa is hiding. Just like we know in ikhfa, we have the similar concept, but ikhfa is applied to the noon sakin and tanween rule. The khafa is a sifa without the opposite, and it applies to the letters alif mad, waw mad, ya mad, and the letter ha. It means that when we consider the khafa in the context of tajweed, we understand that these are the letters that have weakness in their sounds. The reason for the khafa is when these letters, the mad letters and the letter ha, when they come in between the other letters, their sound gets hidden or dropped. So let's see. So the letters of the mad, alif mad, waw mad, ya mad, are hidden because number one, their makhraj is vast. As you can see in this picture, this is the makhraj for the mad letters, alif mad, waw mad, and the ya mad. As you can see, this whole white area, which is called al-jawf, the empty space in the throat and the mouth, the oral cavity. This is so vast and long that the sound for alif mad, waw mad, and the ya mads gets hidden when they come in the combination of other letters or between other letters. So their weakness is overcome or strengthened with an increase of the length of the mad, especially when they are followed by the letter hamza or the sukoon. So now we understand that why do we make it 4 harakat long or 6 harakat long when we have hamza after the mad or a permanent sukoon after the mad. So the reason is the khafa, the letters of the mad are weak letters. We need to make it longer than 2 now. So the word is yatasa'alun. So mad letter alif has sin on the right and hamza on the left. So alif comes in between 2 letters. Therefore, we need to make it longer than 2 now. Whether the hamza is in the same word or in the next word, whenever we're reading a hamza after the mad letter needs to be increased more than 2. So if it's mad muttasil, we make it 4 or 5. If it's mad munfasil, again we make it 4 or 5 according to tariqa shatabiyah. If the mad letter is followed by a permanent sukoon in the form of a shadda or an apparent sukoon, as you can see in the word here, we need to again make the mad longer than the 2. So how long? It needs to be 6 harakat, and we know this type of a mad is called mad lazim. So the reason behind this mad lazim is the mad is a weak letter, the sound will be hidden if we do not make it long. So we have to increase the mad so that the sound is not hidden. Malhaqqah al-ana. This is the khafa for the mad letters, and this is how we strengthen the mad letters, removing its weakness with the increase of the length of the mad. On the other side that you see is the letter ha. If you see the sifat of the letter ha, we find that all the sifat of the letter ha are weak. Therefore, there's a possibility that the sound for the ha will be hidden when the ha comes in between two letters or between other letters. So this weakness is removed, or the ha is strengthened with an addition of mad sila when this ha is used as a pronoun. You can see the example here. We have this ha that we often see it in our recitation, and we also find that the areas where we have a mini vaw or a mini ya, the reason for this vaw and this ya is because the ha is a weak letter. If we do not make it long in wasl, so when you're continuing your reading, you're not stopping on the ha will be hidden. The sound will not be clear. Therefore, you have to make it longer by adding a mad waw if the ha has a dhamma on it, and if the ha has a kasra under it, add a mad ya after it. So this waw and this ya in this combination, if it's after the ha, we do not name it as mad asli or mad tabi'i. In fact, we call it mad sila. Sila means to continue. So mad sila means this is only applicable when you're continuing after the ha. You continue your recitation and you do not apply a waqf on the ha. We understand that when we apply a waqf on the ha will be made sakin. So it's clear ha is not hidden in that way because it's not between the two words. Ha is the last letter on which we are doing a waqf. This is how you will apply it. Innahu ala raj'ihi laqadir. So you'll make it longer. I hope this is clear. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.